What's good, y'all? And welcome to my review of this week's episode of My Hero Academia, which, this episode, greatness. There's no, man, I really hope the reflection updates game this week. Yeah, let's stop. Alright, guys, so, we start this episode off with, of course, the battle between Deku, Todoroki, and Ida versus Stain. We got the finale to that fight, which was, like always, by Studio Bones. There was great animation, and the music in this episode was also really good. I mean, yeah, the music was really good. I like the tracks they had. When it comes to me, guys, I'm always like never really paying attention to the music that much because I'm always too busy paying attention to the subtitle. But yeah, when I did actually stop to listen to the music was actually really good. And so we start this episode off with. Alright, so we started off with Todoroki protecting Ida, where he's like using his flames and his ice powers to keep Stain at a distance, which doesn't really work. And we actually, while he's trying to keep Stain away from Ida. We get a quick flashback to Ida's past when he was a kid, when he was with his brother, and he pretty much asks his brother for the records on why he is a hero, and he pretty much tells him, save people, saving people, blah 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 blah, the usual shig. And then we get right back to the action where Stain manages to dodge all of Todoroki's ice attacks, and then he gets right up to him, and then gets his sword like right under his arm, and it looks like he's about to slice that sucker off. Which then Ida manages to finally get up, and take him, and actually manages to grab the sword, break it off, and then kick him, and then get him kicking him to the wall. And then Deku, he starts throwing knives at Todoroki. He's throwing knives at Ida and Todoroki while Ida, in which Ida, grabs, goes in front of him. And then Ida tells Todoroki, freeze his thrusters, but not plug him off, but just freeze them enough to where I'm guessing when he uses them, it doesn't mean that they don't jam up as easily, or I guess stall, I guess. And then next with that, Deku manages actually the poison, the paralyzation poison. I don't know exactly what it was called, but it's quirk. But I guess Stain's quirk actually the effects of it are no longer on Deku. He can finally wake up. He can finally stand up, which he does. He then uses One for All to jump up to get to Stain, which he's like he's chilling on the wall, and then Todoroki does Ida does the exact same thing with his thruster. He does that thing he did the cavalry battle when he goes like really freaking fast, but his engines stall up after he does it. I forget what the attacks are called. I think it was full throttle or something. I don't know. But he uses that attack, and then they both manage to hit Stain. Ida kicks him around the rib cage there, and Deku gives him a nice good punch. Which, oh my god, the art animation for that, absolute greatness. So after that masterpiece of art and animation, Bones, you are seriously the goat. We get back to Endeavor and Gran Torino taking down those mutants. I don't know exactly what they're called. I don't know what to call them. Mutants, monsters. I think I'll just stick to mutants. So these, I'm guessing mutants, kind of more like zombies. I don't know exactly what the hell they're called, but these things that crap. Who's the guy that always has their hands on him and scratches himself with the rest of the dude? I am shitting when it comes to characters' names. But yeah, they're pretty much just taking them down. And yeah, so Gran Torino's like helping out Endeavor, taking them down, and Endeavor's flying them. But then we get a quick flashback to Todoroki, where we see how he actually got handed the message. He was with Endeavor, and they were telling me he's like, I'm going to show you what it means to be a hero. Really, Endeavor, you are going to teach me how to be a hero. Really? I don't think anybody would want to hear that from you, knowing exactly what you have done. Well, whatever. Well, then Todoroki gets attacked, and then he runs to the. But then we get back to Deku and Todoroki and Ida, where we actually see where they're all falling down. Then Stain manages to grab his sword, hits Ida, which then Ida gives him a nice, good, powerful kick that looked like it hurt a lot. He did his full throttle attack again, which and then Todoroki combines that by roasting his ass. and gives him a nice good flames for a stroke. Then saves him with his eyes, and then we get back to where we see him, on top of the eye, just lying there, not moving at all. Staying, I mean. So then we get to Endeavor, where he's back to taking down these mutants or monsters. I don't even know what the hell they're called. Taking them down. We actually see that he's apparently we actually see him do a couple things. We actually see him that he can actually use blue flames apparently now, where he actually grabs one of the mutants and then just burns it alive with blue flames. He says carbonated cells cannot regenerate, and then after that we get to see that he apparently can wall run. Yes, wall run, because I believe. Hold up. One of the flying ones actually grabbed, I believe. I think it was either Assistant or Hero. I couldn't really get close enough to know which one it was, but he grabbed where he throws a fireball at Ford, which also they have some great music accompanying this, which it misses. So then he just wall runs up there, jumps on top of the wall. He conjures up a flame arrow. Well, it's actually flames in the shape of an arrow. Stabs it right through him, and then grabs the civilian hero, and then Then we have to get back to Deku and crew, or they actually disarmed Sting while well, because we got to make sure he can't be stabbing nobody, and then they tie him up and they pretty much just take him outside of the alley into the streets. Then after that we then see Deku meet up with a Gran Torino, where he pretty much kicks him in the face. He's like, "I told you to stay in the bullet train." He was like, "Nah, I couldn't." He says he's pretty much just like All Might. And then then the rest of the heroes that actually Endeavor sent out to go to that to the alleyway, because Todoroki went out, so he wanted to and Endeavor told the heroes that couldn't help him out with this to go over there and help out Deku and crew. Yeah, so I guess it's so weird seeing Endeavor like this. It's so contradictory, because on one hand we see him being a complete asshole and a dick to Todoroki and his mother, but here we're seeing him we're seeing him saving people, helping out Todoroki and Deku, telling the heroes to go help them out. I'm like, what the hell's going on with Endeavor? I mean, is he I can see why he's the number 2 hero, but at the same time, he's a complete fucking asshole. I don't know. Maybe the anime will later. Maybe in season 3, or maybe the Tennessee will get some answers on why Todoroki, on whether Endeavor is an asshole or a hero, or maybe he's both. Yeah. So then we get. After the heroes get there, one of the flying ones that she manages to, no, that's before that. We had then, of course, in classic anime fashion, the guys, they were, Ida's, apologizing to Todoroki and Deku while crying, be like, "I'm sorry for making you bleed for me, blah, blah, blah," the typical anime stuff I've seen every single anime, whenever somebody says something "I'm sorry that you had to save me," it's kind of annoying, if you've seen it so many times. Yeah, parents apologizing, and Todoroki tells them, to get a hold of yourself, you're the class rep. And then, one of the flying ones that manages to grab Deku, and manages to grab them, is about to start flying away from him, but actually Stain manages to get up, lick the blood off of one of the heroes, from the monster's blood. So he grabs it after he flied off. Some of the blood actually got all over their face. So Stain licked that blood. The bird thing went down, and then Deku, Stain grabbed Deku and killed the bird. And then we get to go back to those two guys. The guy with I forget their names. I keep forgetting their names. The guy that was in the villain season 1, the one that his quirk is decaying stuff, and the guy that was I think his quirk was portals or something. I forget their names. I'm terrible with names. He's really like, what the hell is going on? Why is that kid here? But then he kills the bird or the monster or whatever, and then we get to this one part where then Stain's mask actually comes off, and he's pretty much telling me, it's like, "You're all fakes. You should all be purged. And the only hero that can kill me is All Might." So then he starts walking up towards these guys, and the way it's filmed kind of reminds me a lot of Bleach. Because if you've watched Bleach, you remember in the Soul Society arc when Ganju and what's his name actually saved Rukia for the first time. We actually, when we met up with where Byakuya met up with them, we saw his spiritual pressure, and you know the way it was. See him do. He had like those like it was like all the camera was all shaking, and they had like black lines all over the place showing up, like and they were like going down the floor because their pressure was so high. It kind of reminded me a little bit of this because they're all like because it was filmed in a very simple in a similar way. This kind of reminded me a little bit of Bleach. And then he suddenly stops. And yeah, apparently he's unconscious where we find that actually that apparently one of his broken ribs actually managed to like impale his head, actually stabbed his lung, and yeah, he apparently went unconscious. How'd that not kill him? I don't know. So yeah, and then the episode ends there. Overall, fantastic, excellent art and animation as always from the great Studio Bones. Great music, great voice acting. From Japanese, and also, guys, great news. This week is actually the return of the English dub for My Hero Academia Season 2 from Funimation. So I have to watch the newest episode. I love the dub for this show. It's so good. I love this dub. So yeah, guys. And stay tuned for the review of this week's episode of The Reflection, and possibly a movie review. We're not really sure if we are going to go to the movies this week, but yeah, today. If we are, you'll see a movie. If not, we're not. You'll just see the review but yeah. Stay tuned for the review of the Reflection of this week's episode of The Reflection. And yeah, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time. Oh no, guys, I forgot to actually give you guys a final verdict for this week. The final verdict for this week's episode of My Hero Academia is a 10 out of 10. Absolute greatness, absolute greatness. Let's see if the Reflection can top. Let's see if the Reflection can even match this quality. I don't know, but come on, Stanley. You gotta pull through for me, man.